Okay, so next you can bring in the actual letters, show them what suffix S looks like in print. So when I have a bigger group or even my small group, I'm usually using my whiteboard behind me. I all year long just keep up those letter tiles so I can just use them as I need them, but just for this video to make it up closer, I'm gonna use this magnetic board, and these are for the students actually. So I would show them, let's build the word cat. Let's picture the word cat in our head. What do you think of when you hear the word cat? You know, you're connecting to meaning, and then you're going to spell the word together with, by mapping at what are the letters, you've built cat. So this lesson, depending on where your kids are at, so this can be kindergarten, if they have learned how to read and spell CVC words. Right after that is when I introduce suffix S. And then, but also first grade. I often do this at the beginning of first grade too. So it just depends on where your kids are at and how much they did in kindergarten, if it's gonna be, mid-end kindergarten, or if it's gonna be beginning of first grade. So I think it's always good to actually teach it again at the beginning of first grade because, maybe it didn't stick in kindergarten. It's just a good thing to go over again. So I've made the word cat. So now I'm gonna review, okay, now picture in your head more than one cat. What word is that? What word would you use? Cats. Okay, so we have our main word cats, or cat. And even though when I say cats, I hear that S pretty strongly, but what's tricky is that I kind of don't hear the T as well when I'm saying it, because we don't enunciate every single sound very well, but it's still there. Our base cat is still there. So I have cat, and then I'm going to add an S to the end, and that shows my reader that there is more than one cat whenever I have that S at the end. Now, for these colored tiles, it's a different color for a reason. It's not just your regular letter S, it's the suffix S. And I'm doing that because I want to show, here is my base word. I have my vowels in yellow and my consonants in blue. This is my base word, and I'm adding the suffix S onto the end. So suffixes are special. That'll be my first one, that there'll be more suffixes. Then I'm gonna show them using more words. So I'm gonna build more words. Maybe you're gonna build, stick with animals and do dogs and hens or things that are familiar like pen. So I'm gonna build that word, and then I'm gonna add that suffix S. And I really wanna teach them that when I build the word, I'm gonna build the base first because I wanna make sure I hear every sound. So if I'm building dogs, I'm gonna build dog, and then I'm gonna add my suffix S. And this is a good time to point out also, even if you hear Z, dogs, we already know English words don't usually end in the letter Z, but you even wanna reiterate that if you hear Z or S, it's always suffix S. There's no suffix Z, so it has to do with the sound before it, and that's what makes our mouths kind of make that different sound, but it is always the suffix S that is representing the sounds S or Z.